Hello, welcome back to the session. My name is Yuga Sharma and I hope that you all are doing well. So today we are going to learn about active and passive voice. So I'm pretty sure about it that most of you consider it as one of the most toughest topic in grammar. But trust me, if your basics are clear, its application will be easier too. Okay, but for that, your basics should be very crystal clear. And a fact about active and passive voice is that this topic is something which is going to remain as a part of your curriculum till 12th standard. So you cannot actually eliminate it and you cannot actually run away from it, because at some point of time you have to learn it, you have to understand it. So why not today, right? So also one thing more, that active and passive voice is something which you are using in your daily routine and you are using as a part of your routine activities, but you are not even aware of that. You are unconsciously using it every day, but you do not know that, okay, we are actually applying the rules of active and passive voice. Okay, so my today's plan is to teach you, and my today's plan is to learn subject, object, and verb. Basically, these are the three terms which are very important to understand active and passive voice, because active and passive voice revolves around these three terms, right? Next, we are going to learn about the structure of active and passive voice. What is the structure of sentences in active voice and how that structure changes when they get into the passive voice. Then we are going to learn about the difference between the active and the passive voice, the major difference between the two. Then the rules for changing active to passive sentences only for the simple present tense, because it won't be possible to take all the tenses in one class. So as of this class is concerned, we are just going to take simple present tense and then we are going to practice the questions based on this, right? So let's start. Okay, so as I told you earlier, that to understand active and passive voice, it is very important to understand what is a subject, what is an object, and what is a verb in any sentence. Okay, this is the basics of it, that you should know that what is the particular subject in that, what is going to be the object, and what is going to be the verb in that particular sentence. Let's take a sentence. I write a letter. Okay, so the sentence is I write a letter. Now let's understand what is the subject in the sentence, what is the object in the sentence, and what is the verb in the subject in the sentence. So as you can see, I will be the subject, and because I is somebody who is performing the action. Okay, I is somebody who is performing the action. That's why I will be the subject in this sentence. Okay, what is going to be the verb? What are verbs? Verbs are the action words, right? So writing will be an action word, so therefore it will be called as a verb. And letter will be the object. Why letter will be the object? Because letter is receiving the action which is performed by the subject, and the subject is I. So basically, an action has been performed by I and its effect is there on the object, which is letter. Okay, let me repeat once again. Subject is the one who is performing the action. Verb are the action words, basically when you're doing something, and the object is somebody or someone or whatsoever who is receiving the action, right? Subject, verb, and object. Okay, let's take one more example. I eat an apple. Okay, so what is going to be subject, verb, and object in this particular sentence? So basically, who is performing the action? I. Yes, I is performing the action, so I will be the subject. Then what is going to be the verb? Verb are basically the action words. So what action is there in this particular sentence? The action is eat, right? So eat will be the verb, and who is going to be, or what is going to be the object? Somebody or someone who is receiving the action performed by the subject, right? That is the object. So what will be the object? The object will be apple, right? So I will be the subject, eat will be the verb, and apple will be the object. Okay, let's look at one more example. She bought a car, right? Again, you have to tell the subject, verb, and object. Now, who is performing the action? She is performing the action. Very good. So she will be the subject, right? Now, what is the verb here? Can you tell me the verb? Yes, bought is the verb. Basically, bought is the past form for buy, right? So bought is the verb over here. And what is the object? Basically, who is receiving the action? Right? Car is receiving the action. So she is going to be the subject, bought is going to be the verb, and car is going to be the object. I hope that you have understood about subject, verb, and object, because understanding these three terms is very important for going on to the next step, which is active and passive voice. Okay, let me just again give you a recap of it. Subject is somebody who is performing the action. Verb is something, basically these are the action words. Something which you are doing, that is the action, or that is the verb. And what is the object? Something or someone who is receiving the action. That is the object. So subject, verb, and object. Okay. Now let's come on the active voice, basically studying about the structure of the active voice. What is the structure of the sentences which fall in active voice? Okay, so what is the structure of the sentence? It is subject. The sentence starts with the subject. There is a verb in between, and it ends with an object, right? Basically, the sentence starts with the subject. It has a verb in middle, and it got an object at the end. For example, he buys a camera. Can you see the sentence? He buys a camera. What is the subject over here? He is the subject, right? Basically, he is performing the action. Okay. Then what is the verb? Buy is the verb, right? It's the action word. And what is the object? Camera. Camera. Why? Because it is receiving the action which is performed by the subject. So he buys a camera. So all the sentences which fall in active voice got the structure of SVO, where S stands for subject, V stands for verb, and O stands for object. Right? So basically, this is the structural definition for active voice. Now coming on passive voice. Now what is different in passive voice? What happens is the subject becomes the object. You can see there we had subject. Initially we had subject, and at the end we had the object. Now what happens in passive voice? The object comes at the first and the subject comes at the last. Okay, so basically there's an interchange between the subject and the object. Okay, and your verb, normal verb, is converted into the third form of verb. For example, if there was buy, now it will be bought. Buy, bought, bought, right? And in addition to all these, it will be by, which will be added to the structure. Okay, let's see the sentence based on it. So earlier you can see what was the subject. He was the subject and camera was the object. Let's understand about the subject and the object at first. So camera, the object, is now the new subject, right? A camera is bought. Basically, bought is the third form of verb, right? Then we are adding by to the sentence. We add by in the sentence when we are changing it from active voice to passive voice, and he is converted into him according to the sentence. So the active voice was he buys a camera, and now the passive voice is a camera is bought by him, right? We are going to discuss each element in detail. Don't worry about that. But yeah, as of now, this was the basic to understand active voice and passive voice, right? There is an interchange between the subject and the object. the verb changes its form and by is added in the sentence. The main characteristics of passive voice, changing a sentence from active voice to passive voice. Okay, now let's understand the basic difference between the active voice and passive voice. Active voice tells us what a person or a thing does. Okay, it is telling that what a particular person or what a thing is actually doing or what it already does, right? What is passive voice telling? Passive voice is telling us what is done to someone or something. Basically, active voice is telling what a person or a thing does, whereas the passive voice is telling what has happened to someone or something, right? Okay, now let's come on to the basic rules to change these sentences from active voice to passive voice in simple present tense, right? Basically, I already told you in this particular class, we will be taking only simple present tense. Okay, so let's start with it. So first rule, as I already told you, there's the interchange between the subject and object. The structure of sentence will be changed in the passive voice, right? So the object will become the subject and the subject will become the object. As you can see, he plays a football. Now he is the subject, right? Because he's performing the action, and football is something which is receiving the action, right? So now football will become the new subject and he will become the new object. So it will be football. Then we have to change the verb is played. We have to add by, and he will be changed into him according to the sentence, right? Next rule, rule number 2. Again, we have to change the verb from changing the sentence to active voice to passive voice. So in the simple present tense, what happens? What is the structure of a simple present tense in active voice? It is subject plus V1 plus SES plus object. You remember the example? He buys a camera. So he is the subject. Buys is buy plus S. That will be buy plus S. That will be V1 plus SES. And a camera will be the object. Now, how are you going to change it into the passive voice? What are you going to do? First, very, very important rule is you just have to interchange the position of subject and object. Done it. Second, you have to come on the verb. Now, when you are going to change the verb, what you have to do? You have to add is, am or are, looking at the object, plus V3. Okay. So, is, am, are plus V3 and by will be added to the sentence. That's it. First, what you will do? You will interchange the subject and the object. Second, what you will do? You will add is, am, are plus V3 or whatever verb is given in the active voice, and then you will be adding by. That's all. It's done. Isn't it so simple? Yeah. Okay. So this is basically the structure of the sentences in present simple tense. Okay. This was for a normal sentence and this is for the negative sentence. Again, it's one and the same thing only. In negative sentence got the subject plus do or does plus not, okay, because it's negative, plus V1 plus object. Okay, do, does, not plus V1 is there in this structure of the active voice in present simple tense. Now, how are you going to change it into the passive voice? Again, the interchange. Remember, the first point, the interchange is going to be there. The second point will be is, am, are again. The third will be not will be coming. It will be something which will be added in the negative sentences. Again, V3 will be there and by will be there. That's it. Okay. So for present simple tense normal sentence, it will be object plus is, am, are plus V3 plus by plus subject. Whereas for the negative one, the entire structure will be same plus the not will be added in the sentence. Okay, don't get confused. Once we will be starting with the practice questions, it will be more clear. Okay. Yes. Okay, now the rule number 3, as I told you, by will be added to the sentence. For example, he drinks water. Again, water is drunk by him. Right? Water is drunk by him. So by is added in the sentence in the passive voice. Next, rule number 4. Okay, so in the 95% of the cases, we use by only. But there are some like 4 to 5% of the cases in which we can change or we can use with or to instead of by, depending upon the demand of the question. And I can tell you the sentences for the same. I know him. Okay, so how we will convert it into the passive voice? Again, the same technique only, interchange and changing the verb, except then that by will be changed. That's it. Okay, so by is changed into to, because he is known to me. By me, it is not making any sense. It will be changed into to. According to the demand of the passive voice, we have changed the by into to. Again, we have one more example. Water fills a tub. Okay, water is filled with tub. We cannot write by, right? So a tub is filled with water. By cannot be there because again it won't be making sense. So according to the demand of the sentence or according to the demand of the passive voice, we can change the by to or with, right? But you know, only 5% of the cases do have such things. Otherwise, we use by only. Rule number 5. Passive voice for some sentences can be written without having any subject if it gives a clear idea about the subject. Very important thing. There are many sentences in which, you know, it is not required to write about the subject because it's very crystal clear. Okay, because just looking at the sentence, we know that what is the sentence talking about, and it gives us clear idea about the subject. So we do not mention about the subject in the passive voice once we change into the passive voice. Let me show you through an example. Women are not treated as equal. Now tell me, who is going to be the subject for this particular sentence? Who does not consider women as equal? Who is going to be the subject? Of course, the society. Women are not treated as equal by society. So we don't have to write by society because it is already providing us the clear idea that okay, society is going to be the subject here. Okay, so in that case, in those particular cases, we can actually eliminate the subject. Again, sugar is sold in kilograms. Okay, again, who is going to sold the sugar in kilograms? It can be the society and majorly the shopkeepers, right? Again this subject is clear. So you do not have to write that sugar is sold in kilograms by shopkeepers or by society or by people, because again the subject is clear that okay, this is going to be the subject. Okay, so there are like again 5% or 10% of the cases you can get where the subject is clear and you do not have to write by that particular subject. Okay, so this particular case is also possible. Okay, let's start with the practice questions. So I have 5 practice questions for you, right? And for the 3 of them, I will be doing it with you. But for the rest 2, you can write the answers in the comment section for the same, right? So let's start with it. He reads a novel. Okay, again, we will apply the rules one by one. First rule was the interchange rule. Interchange of the subject and the object. Okay, first find what is the subject. What is the subject? He is the subject. What is the verb? Read is the verb. What is the object? Novel is the object, right? Now what first rule is? Interchange. So a novel will come in front and he will be coming at last. We are not changing he as of now, right? Now read. Reads will be changed into is MR plus V3. You remember it? Is MR plus V3. So what will come? A novel is read. Read, read. So a novel is read plus the third rule was adding of by. So a novel is read by him. Okay, we will change he according to the demand of the sentence. So a novel is read by him. Easy one, right? Just have to keep in mind about the rules. That's it. Otherwise, you know, it's very easy. I already told you, if your basics are clear, this is going to be the most simplest topic. Next, he does not cook food. Now this one is for the negative sentences in simple present tense. Now again, what is going to be the subject? He is the subject. What is the verb? Cook is the verb. What is the object? Food is the object. First rule is, come on, go with the interchange one. So now food will be coming in front. He will be changed into him according to the sentence. Now, what we have to do in negative sentence in order to change to passive voice, we have to write is, am, are plus not plus V3. Okay, so we will be putting is according to the this food. Food is, then we will be putting not, and the third form for cook, cooked, cooked. So cooked, then we will be adding by, the third rule, and him. Food is not cooked by him. Yeah, easy one. Yes. Okay, so delicious food here on the screen. Yeah, focus. Okay, next. Okay, so this is going to be a tricky one. Okay, does he purchase books? Question mark. Does he purchase books? Again, no worries about it. Same sentence in same way. In the negative one, what we used to do, we used to change does into is, am, are. Again, we have to do the same thing. Okay, so first what you have to do, interchange you have to do. Books, what are the books? Books are the object. What is the subject? He is the subject. What is purchase? Purchase is the verb. So books will be coming in front, but this time are will be. Okay, one thing more I want to tell you. If the sentence is in interrogative form, you will write the passive voice in interrogative form only. You cannot change the form of the sentence. Okay, you cannot write here books are purchased by him. No, that will be wrong. If the sentence is a question sentence or it's an interrogative sentence, you have to write that sentence in that similar way. Okay, so again, does will be changed into are, books will be coming in front, purchased, what we will be doing? V3, because is, am, are already I have written are in front, purchased, adding by, and he will be changed into him. Easy one. Yeah, all you have to do is you just have to look that whatever things you have done in the normal sentences and in the negative sentences, the similar you have to do into the interrogative one. No change in them. They will be going just according to the simple and negative sentences pattern, right? Okay. So my question for you is, which you're supposed to write in the comment section, they grow plants. So this is the active voice. You have to convert it into the passive voice. First question. Second, the active voice sentences is, he teaches Amog. Okay, he teaches Amog. You have to change it into the passive voice and write it into the comment section, right? Okay. So now I'm pretty sure about this, that many of you have tried making Dalgona coffee in the previous lockdown. Like, I guess most of you have tried it. Okay, but if some of you are still there who haven't tried it, now I have a secret recipe for you all. Okay, so I have got the ingredients also, and I have the particular recipe for making it also. And you will be surprised to know that this recipe will be having the passive voice again. Isn't it a surprise? It is, yeah. So let's come on to this. Okay, so let me start telling you about the ingredients. So firstly, 2 tablespoons coffee powder you need to have, right? So it's a very important thing. This is very major thing. Then again, 2 tablespoons of sugar is required. Again, a very important thing. 2 tablespoons of boiling water. Again, a very important thing. Then 2 tablespoons of milk. Again, a very important thing. And ice cubes as required. This is the secret ingredient of my recipe. Don't share it with anyone, right? Okay. So your ice cubes are required as per your requirement. Okay. So let's start making the coffee now. Okay. So basically, first I'll be telling you about the steps, and then using these steps, we will be changing them into paragraph using the passive voice. Yeah, isn't it great? Yeah. Okay. Let's, you're excited for it. Let's start with it. Okay. Take a bowl and mix equal quantities of coffee powder, sugar, and hot water, right? Then blend the coffee mixture until it is light, frothy, and creamy. Hold on. Using a whisker or hand blender. this might take a good amount of time. Okay, this might be taking a good amount of time, so do it with lots of patience. Then take 2 glasses or coffee mugs, whichever you prefer, and add ice cubes, the secret ingredient. Okay, remember, right? Don't share it. In it, as per your convenience, pour cold milk in them and add this beaten and whipped coffee over it. Serve chill. Okay, so basically these are the steps for making the wonderful coffee. Now I want to convert these steps into a paragraph, and I can do that with the help of passive voice. Yeah. Okay. Now tell me something. Is the subject clear to you all? Yes, it is clear. Because if I am the person who is reading it, that means definitely I will be preparing the coffee for, whosoever I want to, right? So I will be the subject. So again and again, we won't be using the subject while writing the paragraphs. First thing. Second thing, so it's a good point that object is already provided you in the paragraph. Okay, so you don't have to write the subject. Object is already provided to you in the paragraph. So what's left? Subject, verb, and what is there in the middle? The verb is left. So all you have to do is you have to change the verb into V3. Adding is am and are. That's it. Okay, otherwise you don't have to use anything. Changing the verb into V3 and adding is am are plus V3. That's it. Okay, let's start filling the gaps. A bowl. Okay, check. Take a bowl. That means what is going to be the verb? Take is going to be the verb. So a bowl is, bowl is one, no? Is, what is the third form of take? Take, took, taken. Taken. So a bowl is taken, and equal quantities of coffee powder, sugar, and hot water. Okay, you have to check it here. What is the verb in the sentence? Mix equal. Okay, mix is the verb. Mix equal quantities of coffee powder, sugar, and hot water. So equal quantities of coffee powder, sugar, and hot water are added. That's it. Okay, basically are mixed, right? So what will the mix will be changed into the V3 plus is MR. So are mixed, right? So a bowl is taken and equal quantities of coffee powder, sugar, and hot water are mixed, right? Then the coffee mixture. Now find the verb, blend the coffee mixture. So the coffee mixture is blended, right? We will use is, and then what we will write? Blended. Basically the third form of blend using a hand blender. 2 coffee mugs. Okay, where is coffee mugs? Okay, okay, can you see the coffee mugs? Yeah. So 2 coffee mugs are taken. What is the verb in the sentence? Take. So 2 coffee mugs are taken, and ice cubes, the secret ingredient. So the ice cubes are added. That's it. Because add ice cubes in it as per your convenience is the, in this particular sentence, add is the verb. Okay. Then cold milk. Where is cold milk? Okay, pour cold milk. So what is the verb over here? Pour is the verb, right? So what you will write? Cold milk is poured and beaten. Cold milk is poured and beaten and whipped into coffee. Beaten and whipped coffee is added. That's it, because add is the verb over here. So we will put is, and then added is the V3. Then finally the chilled coffee is served. Served chilled, right? So finally the chilled coffee is served. Okay, so you can enjoy this recipe after this session. So just chill and enjoy my recipe. And also I hope that now active and passive voice won't be tough for you, and you'll start doing it, understanding the basics, and you can even go to the advanced level. That's all. Thank you so much.